All right, stand by. CBS News has a new projection that the lieutenant governor of Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, is going to be the next senator from the state of Pennsylvania, defeating Dr. Mehmet Oz in that hard-fought contest, the most expensive Senate race in the country. We were talking about what is happening tonight. What are we seeing? Well, Vladimir Duthier just brought us those exit polls about independent voters. And so we all sort of said, well, what happened in October? Ed O'Keefe with some analysis on that.
One thing that did happen here in the closing days of this campaign cycle, the speaker's husband was attacked. Yeah. Right? I mean, there's that. We also saw Donald Trump start talking again quite openly about running for re-election. Remember, he's not popular with independents. So what's to say that these two things didn't perhaps have something to do with it? I'd been wondering myself. So when Vlad showed us those numbers just a few minutes ago, I said, that's got to be it. It's the obvious non-economic issues that may have driven independents away. And we know they'd been thinking about voting for Republicans. They had every reason to, because inflation, the economy's bad, and historical trends show us that that's what happened. But perhaps that's what it is. I mean, it's just too early to know. But that number said to me, it's things like the Pelosi attack, it's things like Donald Trump reemerging potentially that could have caused at least enough here. The other thing in Arizona, I know we were talking about this earlier, and there was some surprise that Katie Hobbs and Mark Kelly are ahead. Got to remember, Democrats plus independents beat Republicans in that state. It used to be Republicans plus independents would win. John McCain did it. Jeff Flake did it. Mark Kelly and Kyrsten Sinema and Katie Hobbs are a lot more like John McCain and Jeff Flake and Barry Goldwater even back in the day than Kari Lake is. There's no history of that state electing someone like Kari Lake statewide.
I mean, but it also, again, comes down to the candidate. Mehmet Oz is not from Pennsylvania. He is from New Jersey. He was not the first choice of Republican leaders. He did get the stamp of approval from former President Trump and had a series of gaffes and mistakes on the campaign trail. And John Fetterman was able to squeak past him.
And John Fetterman pointed that out. John Fetterman pointed that out repeatedly about Mehmet Oz, that he wasn't really from here. He doesn't know this state, I do. But yet the race still remained neck and neck, really to the bitter end. So what happened, do you think, at the final stages that people decided we're going to go with John Fetterman? There was a brief moment where Mehmet Oz was actually winning that race.
When Dr. Oz won the Republican nomination for the Senate earlier this year, it was because Donald Trump got into Pennsylvania and put his hand on Oz's campaign and said, I'm going to give it my blessing politically. In the final days of the campaign, when I was tracking Oz, I went to Bucks County, Pennsylvania with Oz. Oz was trying to say to voters, I'm a centrist Republican. I'm going to be a Susan Collins type in the Senate. But what happened in the final days in Pennsylvania? Trump came back to Western Pennsylvania, went to Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Oz showed up. So Oz's entire effort to say, I'm a Susan Collins type, Donald Trump came in and said at the end, don't forget, you're also one of my candidates.
The other thing, Gail, John Fetterman's from Western Pennsylvania. First senator from Western Pennsylvania, and I believe more than a century. People in that part of the state can appreciate that somebody from their end of the state, usually it doesn't happen that way, was elected.
Which was why his victory rally was in Pittsburgh tonight. All of that analysis, excellent. We're going to have more on these key Senate races and the path to victory. Does one still exist for the Republicans in the U.S. Senate? Scott MacFarlane with the very latest. You're watching CBS News, America Decides.